Alright, I think we're live. That was weird. That was a bit unexpected. What's up, everyone? Happy Wednesday. Okay. Let's see. We do have quite a few people in the chat pre-stream. What's up, everyone? A 1080 Ti for 270 is pretty decent right now. You're not gonna get anything else in that performance range, I don't think, for that price. New or used. Pretty sure they're going for much more than that. Let me see. Okay. Hey, what's up, Shane Acker? Alright, so... a 2070 Super for 500 is too much. But see, if we look at 1080 Ti's right now, pretty sure the cheapest one is not going to be under 300. Mainly it would be parts only. Let me see. Yeah, the cheapest 1080 Ti I can find, and it doesn't even have a cooler on it, is 400. Everything else is parts only, not working, or has problems. So yeah, I would say that was a good price. To the person that asked that. Waifu non, yeah. Tavi mount. Okay, so for the setups and stuff, we're not looking at those, and we're not submitting to those until I give the go ahead. So don't submit them yet to Twitter, because if you do, I'm not gonna look at it. About an hour into stream, I'll announce like this is when you post it, and then that's when you tweet at me with the correct hashtag and then the @NerdOnABudget, my Twitter handle. Again, as a reminder, I do that so that people don't submit it early into stream and then they end up leaving and then not being there when I actually look at it. So that's the reason why we do it like that. But we're not going to be doing that for a little bit, so we're just hanging out for now, waiting for people to come in the stream since we just started it. How is everyone doing? How is your Wednesday going? Mine is going great. Weather is pretty nice today. I have blackout blinds. I'm not sure if you can tell, but it is like pretty bright outside today. And so if I open that up, it is like very bright outside. We just had a rainy like past weekend, so I'm very excited for the spring weather to come. But yeah, I gotta put blackout blinds so that when I record, no matter what time of the day it is, the lighting outside doesn't mess it up. Because I'm not sure if you ever noticed when any YouTubers, when they record videos, if it takes a long time to get through the recording session, the lighting will be different by the end of the video than when it started, because, you know, the natural sunlight cycle, I guess. But yeah. Oh yeah, so let me take a look at the Twitter, make sure nobody has posted. Someone already posted something. Heels Mechanic. So, Mechaniac. Wait until later on to submit that. Don't submit just yet. But let's see. The hail was insane. Where? Oh, in Everett. I don't remember getting hail. I'm in Lynnwood, which is like 5 to 10 minutes south of Everett. At my house, there was no hail, but yeah, I know some parts of the Pacific Northwest did get some pretty crazy snow/hail, which is really odd to get in April. Like, you know, a whole 1 week in April. That's really weird. But okay, let's see. You have school and basketball, and it was pretty nice outside. Yeah. If I could live in a place that just had like nice sunny weather year round, I don't even care about the different seasons. I don't care about spring, I don't care about fall, I don't care about winter. I just care about the nice summer weather. Give me that year round. That's what like Arizona gets, right? MBF says, what's up, dude? Amazing to see how far your channel has grown. MBF, your name looks very familiar. Like you've been a long time viewer and you used to comment a long time ago. Haven't seen you around recently, but glad you can make it to the stream. And thanks for the kind words. Yeah, don't come to the UK. Definitely, yeah, I will not go there because I think weather in UK is described very similar to Seattle, right? Like gray skies year round, wet, kind of cold. So yeah, definitely would not want to go there and live there permanently. Probably would be nice to visit though. Alright, we got a new channel membership join. Master Singleton, welcome to Nerd on a Budget channel member, which speaking of, we're getting that far into stream. Here's the updated channel membership appreciation. So thanks to all the channel members who do help support what I do here, just above and beyond the viewership and the subscriptions. Just for starting at a $1 donation, you can become a nerd on a tight budget and have access to all these emotes down here, which we just got to, by the way, keep me hydrated today by using this new emote that I actually just made this from one of the other emotes. But yeah, remind me to drink water. Last time, like I got like dry mouth, straight up super chapped lips. I need to maybe make a Vaseline one too, so that I can remember to moisturize my lips. But yeah, if it goes for a while, my voice gets raspy, remind me to drink water. But thanks again to all the channel members. And we got a $20 dono from Drebler Gaming. Here's half the money to buy your wife Animal Crossing. So now I have to do it. Thank you for the donation, Jason. Yes, I definitely chug. So yeah, every time we get a lot of water drinking emotes, I'm gonna drink. Don't make me drink too much because I don't want to have to refill and be off of the stream for like a long time. But yes, I'll stay hydrated. And yeah, Animal Crossing is definitely on the list for Melissa and her Switch. She picked up the new Pokemon Legends Arceus, that one. So that's also on the list of things to play. But I will let her know that she got a donation from a stream viewer, not just a stream viewer, but for a new game. Do I have a VR? Let's see. I do have a VR headset. It's one of the Lenovo Explorer ones. I bought it for really cheap, like 2 or 3 years ago. It was like a refurbish on eBay. It was like 120 bucks, but it gives a pretty decent VR experience. I do want to get wow, that super chat on the notification came very late, but I saw it well ahead of time. But yeah, for VR stuff, I do want to get an Oculus Quest 2, mainly because it's wireless. One of the biggest pains of VR is that you have to have the USB and HDMI cable or DisplayPort, I guess, coming off of like the back of the head, and that kind of like limits your movement as opposed to a completely wireless one. So I've been looking at the Oculus Quest 2. I'm just not ready to fork over like $400-ish for one. Maybe if I start getting back into my existing VR headset and I start playing more. I do like Beat Saber and all those are very fun games. Yeah, I mean, VR is super cool. I wonder if I can incorporate VR into future streams just for like fun. Oculus Quest 2s are $220 used right now. Let's take a look at that during the stream in a bit. But all right, we're getting to the part of the stream which I do want to point out. I think the best graphics card deal that we can find right now, the first thing we jump into. So let me get that ready. So let's see. Try VR with yes. So VR with racing would be really cool because when you look to the sides, you can actually see through like the side windows and not just be limited to the monitor, right? So that would be a very cool use of it. So yeah, I definitely need to check that out. Wait, you just sold one on eBay for $220 and you took like big fees? You could have sold it to me and I would have paid you directly. Cut out the eBay fees. Why didn't we talk about this sooner? But oh, one more thing before we get started with the rest of the stream. So if we look over here on the browser, I do have Smash set up. Remember a week or two ago, we were talking about Slippy, the way to play Smash Bros. Melee online. So I'm going to play a match with Drebler Gaming here. But also, if anyone wanted to hop in, if you followed the directions from the website, like you can get the connect code. Mine's NOAB #421. We could play a match. I think it would be fun to play with the viewers. Melee was definitely a game that I played a ton of in my childhood. It's not a PC game, but I mean, before most people got into PC gaming, I feel like console gaming was like the gateway into their love of gaming. So Smash Melee, special place in my heart. Yeah, so we'll be playing this later on stream. I think it should be fun. It's a very competitive and fun game, so. Swizzy, how do we submit personal PC builds? So submit it to Twitter. You have to have a Twitter account. I just do it like that because it's easier. Sorry if you're like against Twitter, but that's just how we do things. Then the instructions are in the description on how to do that. So, do I have, let me see if I have the Slippy instructions. Let me get the Slippy stuff. If you are interested in playing, play Smash. Yeah, so just follow the instructions on the website. I just updated the description with it. If you're interested, trying to make it a normal thing. But the mic that I'm using is that not in the frequently asked questions? Okay, yeah. So I'm using the NZXT Capsule. It's in the description. The name of it, anyways. RX 6500 XTs need to be free to move. I wouldn't say so. Okay, so I'm curious. What is your max price that you would pay for a 6500 XT? Like, realistically, don't just say free or don't just say $10. Like, if I were to, like, let's say list a 6500 XT on eBay for bid right now, what is the highest you would bid for one? I think, honestly, I would go... I would probably go like 140, 150 for one. 150 is on the high end, maybe 140. Considering when the graphics card prices are gonna drop, there are gonna be a lot of used options that you can probably get for 150. So yeah, I would say like maybe 130, 140. Like, you gotta consider the market hasn't fully recovered yet, so that's why, like, if you needed a brand new card, like, I think 150 wouldn't be too ridiculous, even with all the limitations it has. Yeah, so like we got 175. Jacob Vincent will be willing to pay the full MSRP for it, the $200. Yeah, we got 150 there. We got 100. We got $1 from Technical Kirk. Yeah, so I mean, it's not an absolute like trash of a card. It's just not priced well considering what it is, right? Like, everything has a price. Some things are just priced too high. But prices are already going back up, so it's weird. We're gonna look at prices here in a second, but also I did want to give myself a shameless plug. So, oops, why is this still here? Let me put the game capture away. Okay, in case any of you missed it, the Gundam, or let's just not call it Gundam because it's just generic mecha. We're not using specific Gundam models here. But in case anyone missed it, the official merch is now available. I'm actually wearing this green version right now. But yeah, is the merch store in the description? Oh yeah, official merch store is in the description. So for anyone who is interested in getting this design, it is available. So I wanted to plug myself real quick. But now let's get into the actual deal that I thought was the best deal of the day. So It's Unbroken says, I will be buying one Friday. Thank you for the support. For anyone who has bought one already, which I know, I did recognize some of the names from people in the, you know, when they report to me who buys it and stuff. So thanks for the people who have supported so far. I'm not doing green screen today. I don't want to do a floating head again. So there's no green screen today. We're going to do this tiny box in this corner here. This box that I'm trapped in. But, okay. I don't know if this is still available. we're gonna check, but this is an RTX 3060. We saw this a few weeks ago. It went for $430, which we were like, oh my goodness, it's available, and that's kind of a decent price. I don't remember seeing this card going for lower than this. It's going for, yeah, see, here's the $430 that we saw last week. So there's the $430, and then it is on sale for $40 for down to $390. So this is still $60 over MSRP, but the lowest that we have seen it in recent times. I'm gonna refresh this. I had this open a couple of hours before stream when they're in stock, but let's see if it's still in stock. Ah, of course it would be out of stock. It's at, wait, combo available. It looks like it went out of stock. Dang it. What is this combo available though? Is it actually, so it looks like we can get it through a combo. So if you get it through a combo, you can get a 600 watt EVGA BR power supply, or if you pay 100 something. Why is the Supernova that expensive for a 550 watt? You're going up from 389 to 504. That's $110. Is that how much those are going for? Is the 6600 XT on that cheap today? Let's do a quick price check. So I already have this loaded up. We got the latest 2 gen of graphics cards as we've been looking at. Sorted by lowest price. Honestly, there's nothing from the 5000 series and 20 series that are ever really pop up when we do this, because it's a gen old, like in terms of, I guess they're still manufacturing 20 series cards, but they're not priced well enough to consider buying. So if we look through here, we're looking at the lowest price current gen card is that 6500 XT, going for 25 above MSRP. As we've been saying, I would personally not recommend it. But if we keep going down, I think we're going to be seeing, yeah, so 6500 XTs galore under $300. Some of these cards look kind of like this Yeston one looks pretty cool though. But I think, so the lowest, the next lowest card is at 350. Hey, we see like a slight price reduction. Last week we were seeing 3050s for like $370-ish dollars. So they're getting down in price, but this is still 100 over MSRP. Still definitely not worth it, because you can pay 20 bucks more, and if we keep going, you can get a 6600, which is better performing. It's not NVIDIA, but this is 370. We've been seeing this for at least the last week or two. 3-fan card, and then, or you can get the 2-fan ASRock. Which model is this even? Do they even have a name for it? Okay, but someone said for the same price, there's a 6600 XT for $390. I'm not sure if we're gonna see that, but we can keep going. 6600 XT. We look for that. The lowest one is 440 right now, is from what I'm seeing on Newegg. It might be, I wonder if anywhere else has it cheaper. Yeah, 440 seems to be the cheapest one right here. For the 6600 XT, that is. Yeah, so it kind of sucks. This was in stock. It's not anymore, but I think in the coming weeks it will be. I looked at, so now we're over on EVGA's website. They didn't even have this here for that price. We saw it here for $430 a couple of weeks ago. Right now I'm looking at all 30 series family cards on EVGA's website. The way they sort it is very weird. You have to pick your category here. Hey, thanks for the 25. Is that Filipino peso? 0-hour discussions with JM Cruz. Thank you for the super chat. I'm not sure which currency that is, but we can check real quick. It is, yep, money from the Philippines. Okay, I guessed correctly. Thank you for the super chat. But yeah, on EVGA's website, I find it kind of weird. You have to choose one of these options. So it's like, if I want to look at For the Win and XC gaming cards, they won't sort it by low to high from all the categories. Like low to high, this only shows the For the Win cards, which 3070 Ti for $760 this does look like a new low for the 3070 Ti. We saw them start breaking underneath $800 not too long ago, but 760, I don't recall seeing it for this cheap, especially for the Win 3 card, which has a little bit nicer of a cooler than a lot of like the cheaper cards from the AIBs. But water cooling, we're not even gonna look at this because this is like way too actually $919. This doesn't come with a cooler, so it's gonna be more added cost. But this is 3080, I guess, for under $1,000 if you plan to do a custom loop. But the XC gaming cards are gonna be your budget finds, and in stock the lowest one, so we do have a $300 card, so it's 50 over MSRP for the 3050. So between this and the 6600, I guess if that starts becoming a harder decision, because do you pay the extra $70 or do you get something that's cheaper, even though it's still 50 over MSRP? But yeah, that's the only cheap card they have on EVJ's website, unfortunately. Then it pops up to oh, so they do have a 3080 with a cooler. So if you aren't planning on doing a closed loop system or custom loop system, you can get it for $980. So not too much of a choice here. Newegg looks to be your best bet, though I think Amazon also has let's look at Amazon real quick. I think Amazon for the longest time just did not have good graphics card selections. But if we just look at RTX 3000, let's see what we can find. Drebler Gaming says, I can't handle manufacturers' websites. Yeah, they don't do... Like, for me to find this was kind of annoying. You gotta go to products, then you gotta go to graphics, 30 series family. It's because it's not... It seems like it's not made for buying, but also made to showcase a lot of information too. So, yeah, they're definitely not up to speed when it comes to being like an e-commerce website. But if we look at RTX 3060 is going for $530. That's a big nope. That's kind of pretty pricey there. 3060 going for $544. Is this even directly from who's? Yeah, so it's being sold by somebody else. So Amazon doesn't have the best stock when it comes to like being sold by the official companies. I know it says EVJ store right here, but this is being sold by LGB Kendall, just like third-party sellers. So their prices are going to be kind of whack. Not a good place to look here, but let's look at RX RAX 6600. I wonder if these are priced well. We do have decently priced. Here's a Sapphire card for the 6600 for $390, which is pretty much as we expect. XFX Speedster for $374. Okay, who's this being sold by? I wonder if this one's actually fulfilled by Amazon. Yeah, so I'm not seeing that there are other sellers for more, but so these ones are priced more accordingly. So Nvidia is still pretty expensive, but what can you do? Some people want the NVENC encoder, they want that DLSS, they want the more developed ray tracing, I guess you would say. Okay, so get chat. Are there any good deals for 3070s? So actually, that's a good question. The 3070, I'm thinking we're not gonna find much for less than, I don't think we find anything under 700. I did look a couple of days ago, but I check every few days, but the prices are ping-ponging. 700 for a Strix 3070 right now. 200 over MSRP, but this is a Strix AIB card, so the Strix, I feel like, usually have anywhere from like a $60 to $100 premium on top of it. So, still overpriced, but I don't know. Like, what are y'all's limits on a 3070? This is really close to how much I would be willing to pay if I needed to help someone build a system, and I would give them the okay to spend that much on a card. I would say $650 right now would be my limit, and it's gonna be like, what's $50, right? If you can get your PC now versus a few months later. So I'm in a different position to talk than everybody else. Like for me, I think it's $650. So if we could see it price drop a little bit more, then that'd be ideal. But Oh, sweet. Mods can post links. So Kevin posted this one. Oh, why did this not pop up? Is it because of the rebate? It doesn't show the price after rebate, which rebates are the biggest pain in the world. But nice find, Kevin. Thank you for posting this, and you being moderator is already paying off, because letting the mods have access to links is very helpful. But all right, we do have the MSI gaming. Let's see. So it's the Gaming X. So with the rebate, wait, why did this not even pop up at all, even at 409? Let me go back to this. That's a little bit annoying. Or did I just skip over it? Yeah, it didn't pop up. I'm sorting by, I have the 6000 series and sorting by lowest price. Ooh, who's the seller? No, I didn't restrict it to like only Newegg or anything. Why did it not pop up? Let me search 409 and see if it, yeah, so I'm searching 409, that's not popping up. However you found this, Kevin, thanks for the find. Okay, between a $370 6600 or this $390 after rebate, you gotta do this rebate form, which depending on how you feel about rebates, I personally hate them, but I would say this is still a good price for it, even if you didn't do the rebate. $410. Yeah, this is sold by Newegg. So why was this hidden? You were scrolled down when you look at other GPUs, so it was still down, you had to scroll up. I'm not sure about that. Like, I'm going all the way down, we definitely passed through the 409 category. And there was a jump in price, so we're looking for $409.99. Yeah, see, first of all, I don't, oh, this is with shipping. Crap, what's the shipping on this? Is this free shipping? Oh, this is $9.99 shipping, so that would be almost $420. Nice. I want to get to the bottom of this because I'm still not seeing it pop up for around $420. Yeah, we're beyond it now, so this is weird. Kevin has his sources on how he found this card, so yeah, I'm gonna link this again just in case anybody missed it. The best deals are scattered. Yeah, it kind of sucks how you, like, I don't know how else I would have come to like find this exact model, maybe by looking under MSI, but okay, Big Migs Gaming, what gaming laptop would you recommend under $1,200? So give me 1 second on the super chat question, which I mean, I guess in terms of graphics card there's not much more, but laptops are actually kind of interesting to look at. So for $1,200, I would definitely expect at least an RTX 3060 in it. I think there's plenty of laptops around that price point. So we just look, we're gonna start by lowest price because we're cheap as heck. But I think there's gonna be plenty of options here. So we're gonna look at 1,000 to, we'll look at down to 750 too. I don't have much hope for under that. So we're also gonna sort it by GPU. Come on. So see, just in the categories itself, for this price range, it only like locks it off to like 3060 laptops. So let's see what we have here. Hey, what's up, Duzak? Hello, hello. Any 3060 Ti worth the price as of right now? We'll go back to that in a second. But since Big Migs Gaming did a don't know, I want to get to this. But okay. So in terms of laptops, these are, ooh, I would even go for open box options. $900. The 3060s and laptops aren't too far behind the desktop versions. I think they're like 10 to 15%, which for a laptop, that's very reasonable, considering a 3060, like portably, is very powerful. Okay, so let's take a look at what we have. So I personally use a Lenovo Legion 5. I really like it. Which one of these? MSI? I have not used this one, this specific one from MSI. I do have another MSI laptop, but for the most part, you want a good pairing. Dude, this actually seems like a great deal. We have an i7 here, i7 here. This one has an i5. If you can, why not get the i7? Here we have a see a Ryzen 5. So for like around the $1,000 price point, the issue is you're not gonna find a 3070 laptop in this price range. So just right off the bat, I would look at this one. Now obviously what you're gonna want to do, don't just take my word for it, because I haven't used all these laptops. I'm just going based off of specs. This one has a 144 Hz monitor and an i7 with a 3060 in it. Look up this specific model and see if there's any quality control issues. Things with like hinges, keyboard sucking, things like that. There are laptop reviewers that cover so many laptops. I'm not a specific laptop reviewer, so find the one that's priced well and spec'd well for you, but then do further research. I can't do that on stream because it takes way too long, but it doesn't take that long to look up this model and to see if there's any like glaring issues with this line from MSI. But yeah, hopefully that helps. Hey, what's up? Hey Danny, is it worth getting a 1080 Ti? Yeah, I would totally buy a 1080 Ti right now if it was priced correctly, which I think like under 300 bucks is when they start getting to like reasonable prices. Yeah, I mean, when the graphics card shortage is fully alleviated, the GTX 1070 is naturally going to be the next GTX 970, which was a wildly popular card long after like it was released and long after newer lines of cards came about. Like we're still, I think the GTX 970 is still relevant now for budget gamers. But the GTX 1070, it's going to be like the new budget card once those start dropping below $200, and you can slap those into like $500-600 budget builds. You're going to get great performance from them. So yeah, a 1080 Ti is going to follow suit. Like if you can find it for low enough, you can start fitting that into like $700 systems about, and you're going to get really good gaming performance from them sub $1,000. So yeah, and it's only, if you think about it, a GTX 1080 Ti is only 2 generations old technically, maybe 2.5 if you consider the 1600 series to replace it. But yeah, because it went from GTX 1000 series to RTX 2000, RTX 3000, so it's not like that many generations old. Okay, so let's see. Big Migs Gaming just became a nerd on a big budget channel member. Thank you for the support. Welcome to the Nerd Big Budget membership. Feel free to use all the emotes all you want. Okay, so let's see. Look says, I just bought a Asus dual fan 1650. Guess how much I bought it for? I'm gonna, you seem confident in that, so I would say $100, hopefully, maybe 120. But yeah, Legion 5, I can't, like, I have my Legion 5's not down here right now. I was just using it to benchmark, but I use that to game in bed like every night. So yeah, Legion 5. But see, if I were to look at this and were to recommend it to someone, I like the Legion 5. But to go from a 5600 to a 10750 and be $100 cheaper, I don't know if I could recommend the Legion. This is open box though, and I think this is brand new, so there's that too. But yeah, if you're not down with the open box stuff, it looks like you're looking between these, then you're looking between Ryzen and Intel. So which they're gonna be about equivalent. Okay, so Big Migs, you've been a subscriber for years and you love the LAN party. Thank you for the support over the years. I haven't seen you in the comments too often, or maybe if you were, it just, you know, I get tons of comments, so thanks for the support though. What can I build with $1,000? It's NAS. If you want to build a $1,000 gaming PC right now, you're gonna be looking at like a Ryzen 5 or Intel i5, whichever brand you want. And the graphics card is going to likely be a RX 6600, or if you get the 6600 XT, if you're in the States, you could fit this in for $389 after mail and rebate. You can fit this in a $1,000 build, but you're gonna be looking at like an i5 Ryzen 5. Cheaper if you want the i3, which I do have an i3 build coming up. This is an i3 12100F build. This is this weekend's video, so I'm done benchmarking it. I gotta finish up the video, but yeah, this is my first time playing with the new i3s, so this was cool. So I played with the 12400, now this is a 12100, and then next, if I can get my hands on like a 12700, that would be pretty cool. But yeah, $1,000, get this right here. Is this in stock still, or have people already bought it up? All right, this is still in stock. Go get this. Let's see. Zotac has the 1070. Oh yeah. So feel free, even though this isn't like the Twitter submissions, if you have other websites you want me to look at, like that would help viewers in general, because the Twitter stuff is more like, hey, can you look at this and help me with my specific budget, or here's my specific setup. But if you have something like Zotac Refurbished is a perfect example, or like if you bring this up for me to look at during stream, this helps everybody out. So give me 1 second. Zotac Refurbished. Okay. Kevin Go with the water drinking reminder. Thank you. Okay. So let's show 36 per page. And we're going to sort by price. Alright. So we got 1050s for $108. That's actually not too bad. They're definitely going to drop below $100 again. But the issue with the really low-end, cheap, like $100-ish cards is there's no other options, really. Like, honestly, this price, I would say, is pretty good. They definitely were going for like 70. I bought one of these for 50 bucks pre-pandemic, but that's neither here nor there. This being $110, there's not many alternatives for it, even though if you think this is expensive. Like, name me another easy-to-find $100 card. Not like your one local special deal that's only around you. Like, this is from a website that can ship to anywhere in the US. Like, anyone can have access to this. So hopefully we see the price keep on dropping though, but let's keep going down. We do see the 1070 for $283. My personal limit right now is $250 on the high end for this. Hopefully we start seeing them come down closer to like $220, $225. We do have a 1080 here for, well, yeah, the price jumps pretty big on the Zotac store here. I'll link this in case anyone's interested, but yeah. Hey, it's Joel says, just wondering what 100 to 150 can get you in Canadian. Wait, Joel, so are you asking like what you think you could get? So in what's 150 USD to Canadian? So you're asking what 188 can get you, like in Canada or based on the States? Because what websites would I need to look to for Canada specific deals? The car guy E86 says, I bought 3060 12 gigabyte. Yeah, 150 Canadian to USD. Wait. Can you re-ask the question? Because I'm still kind of confused by what the question is. Are you asking for what you can get in Canada for 150 Canadian? Okay, but look at the Gigabyte GeForce RTX 3050 Eagle, okay, on Newegg. Let's see if I can just copy your comment and it pops up. Hey, here it is. Okay, so yeah, this is going for 350. If this is what you want me to look at, which we're on Newegg, we're looking at the RTX 3050 Eagle. Definitely not worth it at this price. Yeah, pay the extra 20 bucks. I mean, pay the extra 30 or 40 bucks to get that 6600 XT that Kevin linked after rebate, of course. But I mean, if you need an NVIDIA card right now, the one from EVGA is $300, so get that one. Like, don't get this one. Wait, where did that go? Yeah, get this one instead. if you have EVGA, if it is available to you. Yeah, okay, so you have up to 150 Canadian and want to know GPU's rec. Okay, I mean, let's take a look at NOAB Canada. I'm just gonna use NOAB Canada. Okay, if I had to look at one place in Canada, one e-tailer, which one would it be? So someone listed out a few. What did people list out? We have Memory Express, NOAB Canada, and Canada Computers. Of those three, NCIX. Wow, he got jokes. Traveler Gaming got jokes. Is NCIX, like, did they even keep their website up at all? NCIX. It doesn't even come up when I look it up. Okay, so it's not even like Tiger Direct, which I guess Tiger Direct is still in business, but don't buy the 3050. Yes, the tip is to not buy the 3050. For whatever reason, if you needed a brand new graphics card and you need a brand new graphics card and the cheapest one you could get from NVIDIA is gonna be the 3050, unfortunately. And the EVGA one is gonna be the one to get, even though most people aren't recommending it for that price. But some people are just like, I need NVIDIA, I need a new graphics card, and there's no other options. But okay, let's see. Best Buy Canada. So Best Buy, I don't want to really look at because Best Buy's selection has been pretty good as of late. You can find a lot of stuff on Best Buy, but it's still not to the tier of like Newegg. Marketplace is not amazing because people want 200 plus. Yeah, see, so that for 188, I see the only issue is, and I'm saying 188 USD because that's how my mind is working. But the issue is, if you want to buy from an e-tailer, there are no graphics cards going for that cheap brand new. Like, even in the US right now, the cheapest thing, like, for what we're seeing is the 6500 XT, which I would not recommend that. So for that price, you have to look in the used market. But where are you from, Joel? Maybe we could do a quick search, just because I'm curious, to look at the market. Yeah, you're comfy with you, so we're gonna have to look at like OfferUp or do people still use Kijiji? Is that? But for me to look at Kijiji, I don't know where you are locally. If you had to find a local deal, White Rock. Okay, is that even on here? BC, so British Columbia. Let's see if we can find White Rock. What is the nearest place on this list? What is the nearest to White Rock? Vancouver. Oh, okay, Vancouver. Got it. So I think we're already in. I guess from these. Oh, Surrey. Okay. Wait, is that even on here? You're killing me. Yeah, help me choose through this listing. Oh wait. Let's see. The 3060. Oh, this is Greater Vancouver area. Okay, here we go. Yeah. And then Vancouver. There it is. Sorry. I'm not familiar with Kijiji and the way that they list this, but all right, we do have a listing from that Kevin. Oh wait, the 3060. Hey, why did this not pop up either? Yo, this. Sorry, we just hopped from like Canada back to the US. All right. I'm gonna pin that actually. 390 in stock. So this is what we were seeing the other one that went out of stock for. So which Chris? Coalition Gaming Chris? Or Christopher Coonan? There's two Chris's. But going back to Kijiji, if we're looking for a graphics card for 188 USD or 150 Canadian, yeah, you have to go used, and you're not even gonna get current or last gen. I don't see any RTX 2000 series cars going for that cheap. Oh man, this is gonna be depressing to look at. Let's look at what the Vancouver local market has. People are really looking for 220 Canadian for 79.70. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. I mean, we're gonna just say up to 200 just for fun. I know you said you wanted to spend 150, but we're... Yep. Is this even considered a computer accessory? This is why Jawa needs to get bigger already. Not only bigger, but Jawa also needs to expand to other countries outside the US. So that we don't gotta deal with this crap anymore. Like, I do have a Jawa video coming up, by the way, but... Like, how am I supposed to find graphics cards here when there's like no good filtering system unless I look specifically under like the card I'm looking for? For that price, I mean, can we even find a GTX 970 for that much? I'm curious what the Vancouver market is looking like. No. So 980. So yeah, Joel, I can't help you out here, unfortunately. The amount of money you have is not enough in this market to find a decent card. Especially, it looks like you have it worse than like some of the places here in the US. Like, I couldn't even find a 970. So people either aren't listing them or they're listing them for way too high. That's rough. And you're not going to get anything new, unfortunately. So you'll travel across the border? Oh yeah, let's look on that's a good point. Bellingham, I've seen deals for. So let me look up the Bellingham zip code. So 98225. So we'll do that. Okay, we'll do 30 miles. We'll do 20 miles so that you don't have to come too far south. But let's look at graphics card. Bellingham got a 2060. Okay, yeah. Sorting by newest. We'll just say, so now you're gonna be paying in US dollars, and we'll just go up to 200. You gotta be a little bit more flexible. 750 Ti. Crap. Hey, where's Ferndale? But here's the GTX 980 for 200. I'm not super familiar with like Northern Washington, so we gotta do some okay, so if we're looking at, yep. Oh, okay, so Ferndale is north of Bellingham. Here we got a 980 for 200. Which is not a horrible price in terms of the US market. Remember, the 970s were going for 200 not too long ago. This is from, and this looks like it's actually someone who is a actual, you know, they've been a member since for almost 4 years. Actually have like 5 rated sales, and then posted 11 days ago. This might already be gone, but this isn't too bad. So 200 Canadian isn't bad. Well, this is gonna be US, right? So this is 200 US to Canadian. So this is gonna be 250 Canadian, unfortunately. But yeah. Used for gaming, never mining. Oh, you could get 350 for the pair. So if you could sell one, because the Canadian market sucks so bad, bring one of these back, sell it for the high prices that's going for in Canada, and you might be able to hit your target. Oh, well, see, now you're raising the prices. 200 Canadian. 200 Canadian for a 980. I mean, let's see. Did we just see that as... Oh, yeah, 200 Canadian. If you can find that, I would say that's a really good price for a 980. 160? Yeah, I would buy that in a heartbeat. So, hopefully that helps. Okay, Carter Wagner has been asking, what is my opinion on gaming laptops in this market? So, I am a big fan of gaming laptops. Also, oops. So, I think gaming laptops nowadays are more powerful than they've ever been. it used to be that to get a mid-tier gaming laptop, especially when I first, my first laptop for university, for going to school, to go to college, it was a Dell Inspiron. I don't remember what the number was, but it was a Dell Inspiron. This was back in 2007, so that dates how old I am. For going to college, I spent $1,500 in it, and it had a GTX, or no, it was a GT. It wasn't even a GTX. It was a GT 90, or it was a 9600 GT, and that's like the mid tier. You know, Nvidia's six series of graphics cards. When they have the 6 in the name, it's like mid tier. That costs $1,500. You can find a mid tier like gaming laptop, which would be like a 3060 equivalent, right now for $1,000 or less, which is ridiculous. And you can get powerful processors in them too, so it's not just a gaming laptop, but you can use it for things beyond just gaming. Like having an i7, it's a mobile one, but still, in a laptop is awesome. So even though the graphics card market is recovering right now, in the last like half year or year or so, people actually turned to gaming laptops because they couldn't find graphics cards. Now they don't have to do that anymore, but I still think, depending on your situation, getting a laptop for gaming could be a good idea. I think it's mostly gonna be for the people who travel a lot or who don't have like permanent setups, or if they're students. Like if you're a student, I really find it hard to like not have a laptop in college, because you gotta study in places other than your room, like going to the library, going to the coffee shop, etc. Having a laptop, you could have a crappy laptop to do your homework and stuff with and be portable and have a gaming desktop, or you can just have both of those in a package under $1,000. So yeah, I'm a big fan of laptops. I've never been against them. So if you're looking for like affirmation or like me to approve of them, then there you go. M8X425, did you find the guy in Lynnwood that's selling 4GB RX 580 for $110? I did not, though. I'm not really interested in a 580 right now for that much, because I don't have any budget builds coming up that I could use it in, and I think the prices are just gonna drop more than that. So I did not see that. Hey, what's up, Shane Eslick? Daylight savings changed me. Wait, is daylight savings, did that happen recently? Because it occurs at a different date in Australia, right? Let's see, daylight savings Australia, April 3rd. Okay, yeah, so yeah, that they have a different daylight savings, or it happens on a different date. When are we able to post on Twitter? Not yet. We're actually almost coming up to an hour on stream, but I'll let you all know. 3050 for 300. I would not say that's a good deal, T Cooks. It has to drop to MSRP soon. The prices are trending down. I would say pay the extra. I mean, I would say pay the extra $90 for the 3060, but it depends on how much performance you really need. Alex Ruiz says prices are going down. Got a 3070 Ti for $650 at Micro Center. Very solid price there. Like I said earlier, I think like my top end for a 3070 non-Ti is $650. So you scoring a 3070 Ti for $650 is awesome. Which model is that, by the way, Alex? And thanks for sharing, and thanks for the super chat. Hoggers13 says, what's up? What is up? Wish we had a Micro Center near Seattle. I am fairly confident. Don't quote me on this, and don't hold it against me if it doesn't happen. But within the next 5 years, I know 5 years seems like a very long time, but it really flies by the older you get. We will be getting a Micro Center in Seattle within the next 5 years, if not sooner. I am willing to bet on that. How much? I don't know how much, but it just has to happen. Micro Center is booming. And Seattle is like one of the tech hubs, especially like if Micro Center wants to get their reaches across the whole US, how are you not going to get the top left corner, which is Washington? Yeah, and then some people, like Tavian, has 2 micro centers near them, 1 hour in each direction. So I was like, what? Come on. Come on, micro center. We need you elsewhere. Bring us the good stuff. Let's see. Is the Radeon RX 6500 XT 4GB OC good? Ask Team Quick. I cannot recommend the RX 6500 XT at the prices that they are going for right now, which is $225 and up. I don't know many people who can recommend it, but if you need a computer right now and you bought it, I'm gonna try very hard not to be upset at you. But yeah, it's a tough spot, because if you have $225, actually go buy a used card on eBay or Jawa or RUE Swap or any of the marketplaces offer up. But please don't buy the RX 6500 XT. Not sure why they never put a micro center in the Bay Area in California. Yeah, it kind of sucks that there's none that far up north, where other places have like multiple. For $225, I'm not sure if we can find, let's see if we can find a 1070. Afterwards, we will go to the user submitted stuff, but why is my touch portal being so slow today? Yeah, the 1070 is gonna be I think it's gonna be like a staple card in like budget builds and budget build guides. Like once these hit the market and are flooded with them, these are gonna be awesome. But the cheapest one we can get that isn't parts only is gonna be pre-owned 220. Here we go. For the blower style one, I would pay. Oh, this one's parts only too. Dang, is this real? This looks real, and I'm gonna blind you because dark mode is not working here. This product has issues. Okay, so ignore this one. Yeah, definitely gotta look at the descriptions. The cooling shroud is cracked. Okay, I don't care if the shroud is cracked. Please see pictures. This is purely cosmetic. Okay, I take that back. So I actually would buy this. Where's the crack? So the crack is right there. They're saying it still works fine. I don't think that's gonna affect performance. Unless it has like a weird whistle or something as a result of that, but I wouldn't think so. So free shipping, $220. Where's this coming from? New York, from someone who has ratings. So I would say, oh my goodness, this is blinding me. I gotta go back to this screen. So yeah, instead of a 6500 XT, get something like this, which will blow it out of the water in terms of performance. And yeah, the only issue is that there's only one of these, right? Like once one person snatches it up, it's gone. You can't, there's not more. The next cheapest one is this refurbished one for $240, and then they start going up for price from there. A little electrical tape will fix that. Agreed. That, or some epoxy, or some super glue, anything like that. Whoa, what did we just get from webcam chats, dating adult chat? What is this? Let me make sure to, thank you for catching that real quick, Kevin. Ricky D says, hey, I need your help. I don't have time to work on my computer myself, so I had to drop it off at Best Buy, and they're willing to give me a 3070 Ti for $784 or a 3080 Ti for $1219. Ricky D, okay. Dang. Can you, doesn't Best Buy price match? I'm not sure if they do it for PC parts, but I'm pretty sure I have price match things either from Amazon or Newegg before from a Best Buy purchase. Can you find that same 70? I don't know which 3070 Ti, but if you can, you at least price match that down. I guess 3070 Ti's aren't going for too much cheaper. 3080 Ti for $1219. Honestly, I think the 3080 Ti. I think both of those are about their going prices right now. I think the 3080 Ti's are probably a little bit more expensive though. So if you want the better deal relative to current market, and if you can afford it, it doesn't hurt to go with the 3080 Ti. But ask yourself what performance you really need. I would say 784, I guess, isn't the worst deal ever. I think on Newegg, 3070 Ti's are going for $750. So it's really up to you. You can't really go wrong with both of those at the current prices. But do you really need the extra performance, and are you willing to actually pay that additional $400 for it? Hopefully that helps, Ricky D. Like for me personally, I don't need a 3080 Ti. I would happily take a 3070 Ti. So yeah. Yeah, and Kevin says he would do the 3070 Ti. Thanks for your input there, Kevin. Yeah, as long as it's sold by Amazon. So let's actually take a quick look. We're gonna use Newegg as a reference, but if we look at 3080 Ti's, what is the best price for that right now? I'm not saying it's worth it, because again, as you go up in price, it's diminishing returns, right? Oh, whoa. So we have 3080s for under 1,000. Okay. How much is the cheapest 3080 Ti? Okay, yeah, so the 3080 Ti is going actually for the exact price that what you said the Best Buy was gonna offer it to you for. But if we look at the 3070 Ti, I think that's going for like lowest price. Unless Kevin has some secret voodoo magic, he can bring up a different lower price card. But yeah, we got 760 here. So what Best Buy is giving you, what is considered fair market prices based on Newegg right now. You can go with either or, but remember, diminishing returns. As you go beyond to like the 3080, 3080 Ti's, 3090s, the performance increase you are getting is not proportional to how much more you are paying. You are getting less additional frames per dollar. Honestly, the sweet spot is like 3060, 3070 in my opinion. But yeah. Alex Rees with the super chat. Thank you for that. You scored an EVGA 2060 XE for 200 bucks. Very solid price 2 weeks ago. What would you price the card at in the current market you might resell? Let me see. So I think they're going for more. 2060s I think are going for more than 300 bucks right now. I'm pretty sure they are. It doesn't mean I think it's worth that much, and I wouldn't advise people to buy it for that much. But oh geez, is there none in stock? Oh, it's an RTX, not a GTX. Whoops. Yeah, so we're looking at non-parts only. Yeah, so on eBay, you either got parts only ones for under 300, or they start at $300. I would not advise you to resell it and rip anybody off or scalp the card. I think a fair price for it would be like $250, but that's just me. The 1080 and 1080 Ti still hold up well. Correct. Hey, it's Joe. I would agree with you there. They hold up very well. Dang. That. Let's see. 1080. Oops. Let's see what the release date was. May. We're coming up on 6 years on that. Yeah. It's crazy because I started my channel like 4 months or 5 months prior to this. I started in January 2016. And that was when the news was popping off on like, then you know, when Nvidia went up to the 1000 series cards, and then AMD had the RX 400 series. Those were good times when we could find brand new mid-level cards like 1060s and RX 480s for 200 bucks pretty easily. Those are the good days. Dang, yeah. So you started your channel. So technically I started my YouTube channel back in 2006. But not the Nerd on a Budget channel, like my own personal channel. But dang, 2008, that's like one of the OGs right there. I would say anything like 2009 or before that would be like an OG YouTuber. What do I think about the 1650 Super? Honestly, a great budget card. If you can find it for like 150 or less, I would say go for it. Okay, so last thing we're gonna look up before 6050 Supers, where are they going for right now? You can't find them for less than 200 bucks. They will drop in price though. Just wait. But right now you can't find them for less than 200. Okay. Yes, the 2080 Ti for that seems like a scam though. I'm Stormers, unless you already retracted the message. So I'm guessing you had a typo? Kevin, was he spamming? Did I miss it? Sorry, I'm Stormers. I just saw your message now. But that sounds if you see a 2080 Ti for $250, that's a scam. I'm telling you right now, there's no way that's legitimate. It's either broken for parts only or a scam. And I don't want people coming at me saying, hey, it could be legit, because I get that in the comments so many times. Like, people are like, how can you just know that it's a scam? Because it's priced way too good. But yeah, that's definitely a scam. Okay, so what's a 1650 worth? USD is fine. Honestly, a 1650, wait, non-super? I would say like maybe 120, 130. And then 1650 super, add another 20 or 30 bucks to that. Should you get a 3080 Ti? Okay, so when people ask questions about should I get this graphics card, a lot of the times they ask about like, should I get this high-end graphics card? Like, should I get a 3080, a 3080 Ti, 3090? I think if you have not done the proper research, you should go and look up benchmarks for lower end cards and see if that would be suffice. I think before you start spending on anything above like a 3070 or 3070 Ti, you should become a little bit more knowledgeable to how much performance you're actually getting for how much more you're paying. I personally would not recommend like newer people to the PC master race or whatever, like the PC gaming PC space, to get like a high-end graphics card if they don't understand what they're paying for, if that makes sense. It's like, get something that's more reasonable or entry level, because then you won't be wasting your money. I know there are use cases of people who do need super powerful gear who are like not very knowledgeable about PCs. Like, I think streamers are a good example. Like, they don't necessarily care about PC parts, but their livelihoods and their jobs depend on having a well-performing PC that doesn't have any issues and can play games at like good settings and stream and all that stuff. But aside from that, if you are just a typical casual user and a everyday PC gamer, definitely consider not getting like a top-end $1,000+ card if you don't understand that much about computers yet. Maybe upgrade to it in the future, but yeah, I'm trying to like somewhat teach financial responsibility here. Hopefully that didn't come off as like condescending or anything, but yeah. Let's see. Traveler Gaming says like Chris Yee. Like what, Chris Yee? Big Mix Gaming says thanks for the help. You ordered a Legion 5. You're gonna enjoy that. You got the one from Newegg for $1,000, brand new. I think you'll enjoy that. So, Kevin Go with the reminder to drink water. Okay, we looked at a lot of graphics cards and stuff so far. Now is the time to submit to Twitter. Again, please give as many details when you submit to Twitter. Do not just put a PC part picker link without any description of what you're working with. Also, I'm gonna try to be quicker this week because the PC part picker links take way too long to get through, and I might limit it too. So be fast if you're a PC part picker person, because even though we get a lot of submissions, I might limit it so that we can get through other stuff. Like, I might only do a certain number of them tonight because they take way too much time. Also, what could help with going through the PC part picker list too is if I can't get to it, if other people can help in the chat, if you have like any input to it, feel free to just, say it and we can move on quicker. But, so let's get over to that portion of the stream. I don't know why my touch portal on my tablet is so slow, but all right, we're gonna go to the Twitter section now. All right, so we're gonna update this, and we already got, wow, people are pretty fast. So we have, so I'm not gonna do this one because this was submitted 1 hour ago, but these are the people who submitted it now. So we'll start looking at these. You can show your setups, ask just general questions, or if you have a cool article you want me to look at or something like that, or a pre-built, anything like that. So yeah. Until then, we're gonna chill and look at chat for a bit while people are submitting to those. Robert Cow, is this the last gen of AM4 CPUs, or is the next gen gonna be it? So I believe it's, yeah, this is the last gen, if you're also including the ones that are coming out like right now-ish, like the re-release of like the 5800 X3D, as well as the what is it, the 5500, the 5600 non-X. Everything that I've seen, it looks like the next one will be AM5. Kryptonic HD, what's up, Luis? No, stream time is running time. Hey, you can listen to me on your run, unless you don't bring your phone, because it's heavy and inconvenient to have on a run. But you can always pull up the stream and just listen. Just don't get distracted and try to text to me while running and then fall in a pothole or something. Hey, wait, what? You gotta go? Wait, looks like... Hey, it's Joel is... I can't tell. Are you talking about something else that you have used and then you have a good one of that used, or are you leaving? But if you're out of here, take it easy, Joel. Okay. So the submissions are rolling in, and I'm liking the format of doing this. It's very easy, pretty quick, and the people are actually there. It would help, for future reference as well, if you could put your YouTube username, so that, because some people don't have the same usernames on YouTube as they do on Twitter, that would help me out a lot, because when I'm looking back and forth and then like you're responding in the YouTube chat, but I don't even realize that's you who submitted it, that would be very helpful. All right, yeah, have a good one. Yeah, Tavian, I can tell that's you. I think Grim Reaper, yep, all right, Grim Reaper's here. But I remember in the other week, I think like Gilly Tran, he is like bubble tea builds, so he's like a different person, but I know who he is now, of course. But yeah, there's other people who don't have the same names. So let's start going through the submissions. All right, we've got a fair number here, and they'll keep rolling in. And then again, we're gonna do Smash Melee afterwards. I believe Jason from Drebler Gaming is still here, and I'm gonna start off with him. But if anyone else wants to play Smash, when we get to that point, I'll get your usernames in the chat. But let's take a look at user submission. So we got Grim Reaper here, who is in the chat right now. Lian Lee, this is their build that they want to showcase. All right, they're an anime fan, and we got the Lian Li 11 Dynamic Razor Edition case, 5900X 3070 Ti. Very solid specs here. They've got the N7 B550, very nice looking board from NZXT. They got a Kraken Z73 with that, was it 360mm with the LED screen on here. What else we have? 32GB of RAM, 1TB SSD. It looks like 3 TB of total SSD storage. There's Inland Platinum one. I'm curious if it's an NVMe M.2 or a 2.5 inch. But their main drive seems to be the Samsung Evo. You got an RM850, very solid, highly rated power supply. It is A tier, by the way. And then you got a 32-inch monitor and then a 27-inch, both high refresh rate. All right, this is an interesting setup. Wait, I'm guessing you have 3 monitors, right? Or am I seeing this wrong? Yeah, there's 3 monitors. Oh, this might be a TV up top, which is why they didn't list it. So I'm guessing these two, or these two are the 27s, and this is the 32. Very solid, very clean setup. It looks like you have some game controllers right here. Very minimal in terms of just having the mouse and keyboard here. You got a red theme going on. Very dark in here. Hopefully you don't sit at this lighting all day, because your eyes are gonna get ruined if you're just sitting in the dark. So and then you got is this Sasuke? So I don't watch Naruto, but yeah, you got a Funko vinyl in here. Very nice, very solid specs, very clean looking system. Cable management looks good from what I can see. Nothing to really nitpick here. The only thing about AIOs is that they always have these like cables running off of them. There's nothing you can really do about it to hide it. Maybe but the orientation of this looks fine. But yeah, very clean build, very clean setup. Thank you for the submission. The top one is the TV. Okay. Thanks for the confirmation on that. It was nighttime. Yeah. Plus, honestly, it looks better when you have the lights turned down when taking pictures to like highlight the LEDs from the system. So yeah, no biggie there. Thank you for the submission. So next we have Tavian, who is in the chat. Dual PC setup. Okay. The main PC is the 12700K with a tough RTX 3070 in it, 32 gigs of RAM, ASRock Xenon 60 Steel Legend, Corsair H150i AIO, 12. We got 12 fans up in here. Let me pull this up. Dual PC setup. I'm trying to see what. And then secondary PC is a 9700K, so a few gen old. 2 GTX 980s in the SLI, 16 gigs of RAM. Let's see, a Z390 board on this, and then MSI 240R are both systems. So here is the big fat system, and then here's the other system. Okay, and both of them look very clean. 12 fans, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, what am I missing here? Do we count the 2 fans in the graphics cards as the fans in there? 12 fans. We must be counting the fans in here, right? But the 2 from the graphics card. But yeah, dude, this is so much cooling. Let me look at the setup though. I would guess this is intake, right? Yep, because we can see the back of the fan grill. It looks like we got intake on the side here, intake on the bottom, and then exhaust up top to push it through the radiator. So we get fresh air for the graphics card, slightly recycled warmer air for the CPU, which is fine. See, I mean, actually, what he has, the 1270K. I wonder what the temp split is between these two. Oh, you got a push-pull on the rad. Okay, there we go. There are the 12 fans. So on the radiator itself, yeah, also, how did I do my math on here? My math is horrible. Yeah, the 2 from here would have only been 11 fans. So you do have 1 fan on each side of the radiator. Got it. What runs cooler in this system, by the way? When you're gaming or doing something both CPU and GPU intensive, like running a AAA, like let's say Cyberpunk, like what runs warmer? I'm gonna guess that the graphics card is still gonna run warmer. I don't know what your overclocks are, so very nice, very clean. Thank you for the submission. And then this build, we got the, is this the Founders Edition cards with the green highlights there? It looks like, I would guess Founders Edition, but very clean. Thank you for the submission. Your CPU is usually cooler. Got it. Alright. Ooh, we got another submission from Drebler. But alright. We got Heels This still kills me. Heels Mechanic. It's like a mechanic and maniac combined. Mechaniac. Okay. Nope streams. You're using this. So this is your piece. Oh, we got. Can we get pictures of this? I mean, I know it's older, but I do also love seeing older systems. But we do have the FX 4100 in Heels system, 12 gigabytes. Whoa, this doesn't seem right. Are we talking about 1668 megahertz here? There seems to be a typo here. This is DDR3 RAM, so this seems off. Unless you are reporting it in half speed. Okay, yeah, it's you got a GTX 1060, so that's like the newest part in here. It looks like best possible upgrades on the cheap. Can't spend more than $300 to $400. Okay, yeah. So the thing about this build is you're gonna be doing a full platform upgrade. Heels, which person is Heels in the chat? How do I submit? Fecal Flipper. It's via Twitter. Instructions in the description. All right, but is Heels in the chat right now? Rip Drew wants me to build them a PC fully. If you want to buy a fully built PC, and I'm gonna have a video coming up not this weekend, but the following weekend, go to jawa.gg. They have a full section of pre-built gaming PCs built by PC enthusiasts. Find a system here. They are very fairly priced. Like, I mean, we can see already, like this one right here. Oh, okay, this one's out of your price range. But Jawa is killing it when it comes to the custom PC. You're buying it from people who build it in their own homes. This is not necessarily people like big businesses or big companies. This is like home PC builders, like home builders, kind of like home chefs. But yeah, so definitely look here if you're trying to look at some parts. I will be doing a video covering Jawa in about 2 weeks, but be on the lookout for that. But other than that, I do not personally promote my building services. I only, for the most part, build for friends and family because it's way too much of a headache to have a warranty and make sure people's systems like don't blow up. Whether it be my fault, hopefully not, or if like when people break their stuff, sometimes they report it as like the seller's fault when it's really the buyer's fault. I'm not trying to deal with that. So okay, back to Heels. Sorry, Heels, are you in the chat? And then there's also of course NZXT build, as well as things like build Redux. Plenty of pre-built companies out there. $1,200. If you have $1,200 though, Jawa is gonna be your best bet because they also use used parts, which could save you some money, and they use like previous gen parts. Whereas new companies, the price is gonna be a lot higher because they only use current gen parts for the most part. But all right, back to Heels. Sorry, we're getting off track. For this build, for $300 to $400, you could definitely upgrade. See, we're gonna have to keep the graphics card. Unfortunately, that's gonna have to be another upgrade. You really need to get off of this FX 4100. So what you're either gonna do is get an i3 12100F or an i5 12400F or 12400 non-F, whichever. I would recommend going Intel because they have more processors under $200. Then you could get yourself 16 gigabytes of RAM for around 75 bucks. You can get yourself a motherboard for around 100 bucks. So really, you're looking at the 12100F, but that gives you a ton of potential to upgrade in the future. Yeah, it sucks. Doing a full platform upgrade, you gotta get the RAM, or you gotta get the RAM, CPU, and motherboard. It's pretty pricey, but you're gonna get way better performance than this thing could have given you. And then later on, when you can save up more money, then you will upgrade the graphics card accordingly. But yeah, look at 12th gen Intel with DDR4 RAM and a B660. If you're trying to be real cheap, an H610 motherboard. But that's my suggestions for you, Heels. Thanks for the submission. Hope that helped. Ricky D, I did not see your last message. I'm not sure if I can find it though. Feel free to ask it again though. Right now, I gotta focus on the submission. All right, we got Tabby, or yeah, hopefully Tabby. That's the way to say it. Hey Danny, just wanted to start off by saying I'm a big fan of the channel and love the build videos. I was wondering if you could give me some tips on my setup and PC. All right, so let's take a look at what Tabby has. All right, so there's a setup. They got the RTX 3060 in the system, an i5 11600K, very solid, 16 gigabyte of RAM. Okay, yep, everything else looks pretty standard. So the build's fine. So here's your build and setup. Okay, so let's take a look here. And you got a Red Dragon. It looks like an RGB mousepad. So in terms of the build itself, I can't really see with the reflection, but cable management doesn't look too crazy from what I can see. So the build looks fine, specs are fine. In terms of your setup itself, let's see. So in terms of how I would improve this, and this is gonna be, again, I gotta remind you all, do as I say, not as I do, because the first thing that I'm going to notice about this setup is there's a lot of clutter, though I'm not sure how much of it is useful clutter, right? Like, I'm going to show you again, my setup right here is very cluttery. Like, you can see there's a ton of stuff here. I'm not the cleanest person in the world, but it is all functional clutter. Like, I do have like my SD cards here for my cameras. I have mounts for cameras. I have my lights. I have this GameCube controller for playing Smash later, headphones. So like everything here, here's my tablet, RGB remote. So that's functional clutter, right? Now if we go back to your setup, having clutter is fine, but how much of this is functional? Yeah, I think this is fine right here, but there's a lot of stuff in the background that looks like it's just kind of like a little bit messy. So in terms of cleaning this up, I would just say tidy up a little bit more of the things you don't actually need and use. Like, it looks like most of the stuff you use is right here. If you could clean everything up, it'll make it look a little bit neater, give you more room for the stuff that you do work on a daily basis. It looks like you have some wooden stands on that's a glass desk. So you can't really do too much in terms of additional mounting or anything there because you can't screw through it. But otherwise, I mean, not a bad setup at all. It looks functional for you to use. But that would just be my tips. If you could cable manage a little bit better, it looks pretty messy back here behind your monitor. Use cable ties or like Velcro to like gather them up, and then maybe if you can run them behind the table here. It looks like you have some books right here. If you can move your PC back, get those out of the way, hide the cables behind it, and it'll look a lot cleaner and feel more refreshed. Thanks for submitting though. Not a bad setup at all. And also one more thing, your keyboard is looking a little bit dusty from the pictures, so remember to clean your peripherals and stuff somewhat frequently. Okay, man, what is this? The user should be hide user on this channel. Okay, that person should be gone now. User's message should be hidden. So thanks for catching that, Kevin. But yeah, okay. Good night from me, Noab. Have a good stream. Hey, Waldo, thanks for always being early to streams, and thanks for sticking around for as long as you can, even though you're in the UK. Very much appreciated. Okay, so after Tabby, we got Tavian's there, got Tabby, we got Frog. Frosty the Frog. Is 240 USD good for a 1080 used, or should I wait a bit longer for them to drop? Alright, I think 240 for a 1080 is a pretty good price. We were even struggling. Well, actually no. I guess we found 1070s for like around 220, right? So yeah, 240 for 1080 is very much as expected. I would say it's a pretty good price. Even I got a 1070 during the pandemic for $200, which is like a crazy good deal. So 240 right now for a 1080, I would say that's a pretty good pickup. They will likely drop a little bit lower in price. I don't really see them going for much under 200 though. So yeah, I would say pick this up, Frosty. Thanks for the question though. Okay, we got Mondo Hernandez with the question. What's up, brother? Much love. Quick question: is the i9 10850K a good pair for the RTX? Yeah, that'll be fine. Any i9 processor from the last 3 generations from Intel compared with the 3090. Obviously, if you have a 12th Gen 1, it's going to be better. But what you do is you tune your settings appropriately. So if you have a 3090, you could leverage that graphics card and turn up your settings, play at a higher resolution at high refresh rate, so you can balance out the quote-unquote bottleneck, which there wouldn't be that big of a bottleneck with the i9 10850K. Just get your settings right. So yeah, that's fine. Okay, so next up would be, we got quick sticks. So I upgraded from a there's 2 questions. So I upgraded from a 1660 Ti to a 3080 Founders Edition. That is a huge upgrade. Congrats on that. But your 1660 Ti had a bad coil wind. Also my wait. Okay, so the coil wind is on your old card. So I mean, coil wind, honestly, you can't really do anything about it. Brand new cards come with coil wind sometimes. I've been pretty lucky. None of my cards have had horrible wind. Not that I personally use, but I bought used cards that have had it before. You can try sometimes tuning down, like undervolting, underclocking, or even whatever game you're playing. Coil wind, from what I've seen, is very apparent when you play games with menus that don't have FPS caps and your graphics card is running at like 600 FPS or something. That's when I usually see coil wind the most. So I play game with high pitch. I don't know if that's normal for a thing to happen. It's not normal, but honestly, I don't know what like the for sure fixes for coil wind is. If anyone in the chat knows, definitely let Quick Sticks knows. I personally don't have any like one-stop solution for fixing coil wind. Also, in some games, I'm getting the same performance from my 1660 Ti with your 3080, so that's a problem. So let's try to address that one. So you're getting the same performance, okay? You have a 5600X. When I launch GTA or some other game, you're getting the same FPS. Okay, so this, I don't want to just say it's a CPU bottleneck. It could be game optimization too. It's one of the two. Honestly, even with the 5600X, I would think that you should see in most games a performance uplift between these two. Now, I'm going to assume you're running at 1080p. Try to run that same test at 1440p, and I'm pretty certain you're going to see a difference. So it could be one or two things. It could be that this is bottlenecking, but I don't think it should be bottlenecking to the point where a 1660 Ti is the max card you can run to see additional performance, right? So you should be seeing a performance uplift regardless with the CPU. So try upping the resolution and try upping settings. If it's not that, try more games than just GTA. I'm curious what games is giving you this problem. Because yeah, 5600X should give you a lot of frames over a 1660 Ti. But yeah, that's all I have to say about this. Thanks for the submission. Hopefully that helped. Hopefully that helped anyone else out there too who may have come into similar situations as this. Okay, so next we have, so Quick 6 has a B550, 16 gigs of RAM. I don't think the RAM would be the issue here. That should be fine. Most of these games wouldn't even utilize that much more than like 10, 12 gigabytes. Yeah, so that's what I would recommend. Try other settings, other resolutions in other games, because I think it might be a specific issue with the games that you're playing. Some games just are horribly optimized. Okay, we got Debs here. Good point, Mr. Papoose. Okay, so this could be a thing too. Do you have VSync turned on, and is your game being capped at 60 FPS? Because I guess that could be an issue too. If you have capped FPS because you have a certain maybe not 60 FPS. Let's say you have a certain refresh rate monitor and you have VSync or adaptive sync on, you could be limited by that. That's a good point. I guess I'm so used to benchmarking at uncapped FPS just to push the highest numbers. I forget that not everyone does that. So make sure your FPS isn't capped either, because that could be a reason why it's not pushing the higher numbers. But Mr. Papoose 47, very good point. Thank you for that, bringing that up. I totally didn't even realize that. Okay, hey, my YouTube name is, okay, we got Debis. I was wondering what would be a good bruh. You want a good build under $3,000? Every time we go to PC Part Picker, I gotta prove I'm a human. It's probably because I'm in incognito mode and it doesn't save it in the cache that I've done this before. But okay, wait up. A good build less than $3,000, and you're looking to build with a 12600K. I think you're gonna come in well under $2,000. It looks like you're including the monitors in here though, so we gotta take out around $400 for the monitor. Yeah, a ton of fans. Okay, what's so expensive about this thing? Oh, okay, so this is what we call the gamer get as much FPS as you can by slapping the fattest graphics card in here possible. Okay, so this is the reason why it's so expensive. Yeah, so $2,500. This seems pretty unbalanced. Man, you want to go for a 3080 Ti. If I'm just looking at the power supply, let's see. So you have an 850 watt Enermax Revolution. Once you start getting over $100 power supply, be sure to check PSU tier list. We can do that right now. Enermax. Okay, so this is the Revolution. Yep, DF. Okay, that is an A tier. Okay, so we got a top tier power supply, so that's good. 120 for 850 watt. That seems fine. I'm just gonna look through this build and see if there's anything glaringly wrong with it. I'm not seeing anything wrong so far. I mean, we do have a slightly odd pairing. We got a less than $300 CPU paired with a $1,300 graphics card, but and then what are you gonna get? A 1440p 165 hertz monitor. See, so when you're pushing when you're pushing higher refresh rate as well as 1440p, this is where something like this, the bottleneck's not going to be as bad on the 12600K on the 3080 Ti. Again, I'm going to ask everything else looks fine though. You got a Arctic cooler, 360mm, that's fine. You got a Z690 board. I mean, you do have a K processor. You could probably find one for slightly cheaper, but that's not horrible either. Okay, if you spend over $1,500 on a PC, I think you need to at least get 32GB of RAM. So up your RAM. Why is this so expensive? Why is this 116? Okay, so I take that back. There is something glaringly wrong with this build. This RAM, for whatever reason, is $117, and it's only... Oh, it's a CL14 kit, that's why. I don't know. The performance increase you get from this, spending years... If you get a 3200 CL16 kit, it's gonna cost you almost half the price. It'll be like 65 to 70 bucks. I would say get 32 gigs of RAM. Do not focus on the CL14 because this timing is not going to get you as much of a performance uplift as if you took that money, threw it up here, and got yourself an i7 12700K. Like a 12700K is what, 350, 360 bucks? The price difference between CL16 and CL14 is going to get you, especially across 32 gigabytes, is going to get you a better processor. It's going to get you better gains in your PC's performance. So I would say do that. A 2TB SSD for $220, that sounds about right. And then this graphics card, if you really want this, I guess go for it. But again, diminishing returns. You are paying a 300. We're seeing 3080s go for $1,000. You're paying 30% more for a 3080 Ti, and you're not necessarily going to get that much more improvement. So I would consider, if you can, to save some money, a 3080 or a 3070 Ti. You see how like the price drops drastically each drop. $300 less gets you a 3080, and then from that, $250 less gets you a 3070 Ti. I would recommend those, but if you're dead set on this, go for it. Other than the RAM and the graphics card and potentially the CPU, everything else looks fine. Fans are fine, power supply's fine, case is fine. And then I don't have much to say about monitor. So that's my input. Hopefully that helps. Yeah, you can get 32 gigabytes for 120 bucks. So definitely, yeah. Ricky D, I do not have a use for a Q6600 processor, unfortunately. I do have my PO box in the information. If you want to send that to me, I keep stuff that people send me, like old hardware that they don't use anymore. Usually they write like a note or a letter or something. I treat that as fan mail. I'd open it on stream. So yeah, not just you, Ricky D, but like other people, if you want to send me like old hardware or just a letter, the old-fashioned way, because those are nice. I keep those. Yeah, the PO box information in the description. But I do not have a use for that right now, Ricky D. Thanks for the offer though. I appreciate it. But alright, so that is Deb's build. Hopefully that helped. Is Deb in chat? Did I miss what their... Oh yeah, no, their name is here, but I did not see them say anything ever since I started looking at the build. Oh, so they are in chat. Hopefully that helps. Okay. So next we have Drebler, Jason from Drebler Gaming. Again, please no judge. I'm in PC repair mode. So this is... Jason submitted in the previous week, but this is a different angle. I like this angle a little bit more because we see more of the room. We got what looks to be an air purifier. We got some isopropyl alcohol. This leather chair with some cracked... I'm just gonna roast you a little bit because I know you a little bit more, Jason. But we got some cracked... With this, one reason I don't like leather is because it starts cracking over time. Whereas mesh, I feel like it lasts forever. But anyways, so we got this kind of older school chair here. We got footrest. I like the blue glow with the white setup here going on. The build is on the floor. Looks like a carpeted floor, but no big issues there. I need to get one of these pegboards. I just don't have any wall space now that I put my stuff up. But I do like the pegboard. Maybe I can... No, I have standing desks, so my desks are close enough to the wall where it would knock down a pegboard. But yeah, very solid setup. I like all this. If I were to... What is on the table here? What is this from? What is this drink from? And what is this box from? Is this like a food box or a product box? Bro, when this room is clean, it is so nice. Yeah, definitely submit a before and after pic next week. I mean, there's not much for me to roast here. It's just, it's cluttery. Oh, I got these same bowls though. I have that same bowl. Let me move my face. This bowl right here, I have the same bowl that I eat cereal out of. I think this is IKEA, right? But yeah, your setup is not horrible. It's functional. But yeah, definitely submit next week a before and after. Thanks to you for the submission though. Alright, next we got Heels is sending this in. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, so this is actually, I think this reports it in the half speed, right? Okay, so it was actually 668 megahertz. Wait, DDR3 RAM common speeds. Yeah, so 60, this is 1333, I'm pretty sure. I think it's this, unless it actually is that speed. I've never used RAM that slow. I did use 1333, 1066, and 1600 when I was building back before DDR4 became super prominent. Yeah, these were the speeds I'm super familiar with, but you could also just be running it super underclocked. So thanks for the clarification on that though. Okay. So next submission we have Scott. Okay, so Scott is showing off their build. When people submit builds for future, Danny's so nice when you try to make it messy. I mean, I could do a specifically roasting episode. Let me know if y'all want to see that, where I'm intentionally mean. Let me see. So let me ask the poll. Okay. Oops. Let me ask. But for future reference, when you guys take pictures for the submissions, could you submit multiple pictures? One of like the whole PC fitting in the build, and then one of the tempered glass taken off, and then a shot of most of the inside of the build, and then one of your setup if you want to show the setup. If not, at least 2 pictures then, just because I'm curious what the overall the PC build looks like as a whole. It gives you a better frame of reference, and then on the inside without the tempered glass to show like the reflection here and stuff. But here's a submission because it's hard for me to like critique it or give input when I can't see everything and when it's not as clear. But we have a Ryzen 3600 specs wise and 3060, so this is pretty solid. It's a 12 gigabyte, yep, 16 gigabytes of RAM, B450, everything else pretty solid. I can't tell what case this is just by looking at it. And then Corsair CX650M, yeah, very solid specs. From what I can see here though, I mean, if I were to nitpick, there should be a way to route this fan. This looks... What fan is this? This must be like an older fan that either didn't come with the case or... I don't know. It's very odd that they use ketchup and mustard cable and it's this short. Usually they give you enough length to be able to route behind and get that out of the way. Other than that though, I mean, I could see a little bit here, but from the side view, you might not be able to see much going on in the cable management. But... yeah, not too much else to say here. Thanks for the submission, Scott. Danny is being too nice roasting. But we got in the poll so far from all the votes. People would love to see me roasting the submissions. I'm not gonna... So I'll start that next week. This week, I'll still play nice Danny. Because I'm trying to give constructive criticism. And we must realize people are on all different budgets, and they're all different age ranges too. I would not expect someone who has their first gaming PC, or if they're younger, to be meticulous and super clean as someone who has like been doing it for 10 plus years or like a lot older. But okay. Hey, what's up, Oscar? Brian Aggressor, update on Lost Ark progression. So speaking on Lost Ark real quick, because I don't have many people in my life to talk about Lost Ark to. I'm item level 18. I'm one tap away from 1385. I'm 1384.3 or whatever right now on my main, and then I have 2 other low tier 3 characters. But I'm still playing Lost Ark every single day. Less now, I just play it in maintenance mode until more content comes out. But that's the Lost Ark progression so far. I'm a Gun Lancer main, and about to be able to do Argos Phase 2. So I'm excited about that. What about yourself? Anyone playing Lost Ark out there? If so, what is your main's item level? Alright, we got Chills next. What's poppin' pimple, says Doback Slaps. What is up? Okay. I'm curious. Give me 1 second. Is Kevin... It is. Okay. So just a reminder, because I know people be rolling in stream at all times. We did get this find from Kevin Ngo. We got the 3060 rather, that we have pinned right now. But we also had a 6600 XT for 410. But this is the cheapest 3060 that we could find at the moment, under $400. So not a bad pickup if you are in the market right now and need it and can't wait for prices to come down. But let's get back to this. We only go through a few more because we gotta do some Smash. Okay, we got Chills OT with the 1080 GTX 1080 5800X. Okay, so just look at this pairing. You are definitely due for a graphics card update soon. Not right away, because this is still a very solid card, but you have a very capable processor here that would love to see a stronger graphics card eventually. But we got the... Okay, and then you gave the motherboard, but no other details with regards to 16 gigabytes of RAM. That is also going to be due for an upgrade, kind of. You can get by with 16 if you only game, but once you start seeing more powerful hardware in there, that's when you start to see systems usually have 32 gigabytes of RAM. But here is your video that you are sharing. Okay, I wish I could play it in slower mode, but we're going into what looks to be... Oh, you got... Okay, can I say I love lofted beds? Like, it looks like you have a lofted bed. The room looks a little bit smaller, so you know, lofted bed is genius. If you think about it, when you put a bedroom, or when you put a bed in a bedroom, aside from you laying on the bed, nothing is usually stored on top of it, right? So look at all that wasted volume. But when you get a lofted bed, you make use of it and you build vertically, and I love it. Like, I want, if we have multiple kids, Melissa and I want them to have bunk beds or lofted beds or some kind of lofted bed setup. I want at least one bunk bed or lofted bed in my house at some point. I don't have one yet, but I love this setup. So you got your stuff underneath. Looks like a pretty clean setup. I wish... yeah, you got dual monitors going on. I can't see your system. You have a solid system. I wish there was a picture of a wide angle showing your whole setup though. Everything looks clean though. You got a mic arm, you got your chair and everything. So I like this a lot. Like, yeah, I'm kind of obsessed with lofted beds, because growing up, I never had a bunk bed, or I never had a lofted bed myself. So I always thought they were very cool. Very like good for utilizing up like the entire space. But thank you for the submission, Chills. I'm very excited for this setup. And you got the LEDs going up here too. So very cool setup. I like it a lot. Okay. So let's see what else we got here. Oh, Risky Ream, you are Chills. Yeah, thank you. Water check. Thank you. Get Good Greggy for the reminder. My lips are already getting chapped, but at least I'm staying hydrated. We're almost done with the glass of water, too. Okay. Do married couples use lofts? It should, and then when the person who is in trouble gets to sleep on the bottom bunk, right? Shane Eslick says 389 here will get you a 1650 Ventus. Ugh, that's horrible, Shane. More than 16 gigabytes of RAM if you have more monitors, right? No, not necessarily. Unless you're like hinting to the fact where if you're running multi-monitor, you are more often likely running more tasks in the background aside from your main task in gaming, like running a ton of Chrome tabs and stuff. But no, I wouldn't say that having multiple monitors automatically means you should get more RAM. It really depends on what you're doing with your computer. But yeah, so we got John next with the let's see if I can John Gennaro, hopefully I said that right. We got a 9900K GTX 1080. So these are getting a little old but still very usable. From these two, honestly, I'm not sure what I would upgrade first. Because if you're gonna upgrade this, you're basically going to a new CPU and motherboard, so pretty pricey. And how much are you really gonna gain if you're still keeping this? You could keep this. Actually, yeah, the i9, this is gonna last you a while. So I changed my mind. The graphics card would definitely be my first upgrade. You probably know what you're doing though with a system this high end, so you know what you're gonna upgrade next. But you also have 16 gigs of RAM, so that could probably be due for an upgrade at the same time with the bigger graphics card as well. You got an H210 Mini ITX. I love the H210 case. Z390 Aorus Pro, Aorus or Aorus. We got the Corsair H100X, 240mm rad, 8 gig. You got an 8 terabyte drive up in here. Well, okay, I take that back. Before you even do the RAM upgrade, before you even do the, you probably already know this by now of all people. If you're only running a 250 gigabyte SSD with this, you must be putting games. I'm assuming this is a gaming system. You must be running games off of your hard drive. So yeah, you're due for, I would say, a 1 terabyte SSD at the very least. Though everything else is very solid though. So yeah, so SSD for the first part, and then graphics card RAM. That would be mine. But let's take a look at the pictures itself. So you got a 3 monitor setup. Let's see, what is that, a game? I can't tell if that's a game or not. In the background with the Christmas. But then, oh yeah, pedals too. So it looks like you probably have a racing wheel or something. Mic arm and all of that. Let's see. For your setup, I mean, you probably already know this by now. Is John in the chat, by the way? Yeah, I missed them. Okay, so Fecal Flipper. Yeah, so that's that's Overwatch. It reminded me of Iron Force WoW, the Christmas tree around Christmas time. But okay. So we do have we could use some cable management work here. I see, do you use this as a footrest? This looks like a monitor stand that people usually put for monitors. But I'm curious if you use this as a footrest down here, or if you just put it down there because you were too lazy to like put it away. But yeah, cable management. It looks like you have a wooden desk. You should be able to get some cable management bars here. Again, the IKEA Signum. Probably one of the cheapest, like, versatile cable management bars here. It's, if you have an IKEA near you and you can pick it up, this thing's only $18. But man, you can screw this to any wood desk and clean up that cable management game. Other than that, though, not much else to say aside from the cleanup. And your desk mat looks a little bit big for the table, but you can't really do anything much about that. Because you already have the desk mat, and it's really hard to, like, you can't just expand your table. So, yeah. So, that's my input. Thanks for the submission. Next up, we have Aiden. So, from last week, fixed the mounting on the PC, same specs. Yes, here we go. So, remember Aiden from last week? Technical Kirk, if you submit right now, I will not get to it because I actually have to end this soon, so we can get a little bit of smash in, and then I gotta go eat some chicken parmesan dinner. Maybe. I probably gotta go cook chicken parmesan dinner. I don't see Melissa up there. She probably took a nap. So, alright. We got the... Last week, if you guys remember, Aiden had the tubes and the wires all crossed up. It looks like they fixed it. This looks very clean now. Thank you for the resubmission. I mean, I don't have anything else to say here. Everything else, the runs coming off of all the other cables look fine. This looks a lot cleaner. So thanks for taking that into account, and I hope you enjoyed the cleaner cable managed build. All right, next we have Zachary Dustin Brown. Yes, definitely, Chris. This is a beautiful build. Okay, so we got Zachary Dustin Brown. We have an IQ 220T case. I love that case. I think of cases based on the stories that I personally have, like, connecting with them. And if you don't remember, let's see if this comes up. Here it is. So yeah, so this is the build where I helped my friend Sheena kind of tune up her system, and we put it into a new case. That was the 220T. So that's like my special connection with that case, because I was able to help a friend with it, and that's when I first experienced building with it. So yeah, definitely like the case. 5600G. Oh, so okay, 5600G as well as the 3050 Strix OC edition. We got Corsair Vengeance, 16 gigs of RAM. We got the stock AMD cooler. So I'm guessing you paired the 5600G with this because either you didn't have a graphics card or this was cheaper than the 5600X. So very solid. We got a 2TB Barracuda spinning hard drive. This is my budget build. Should I improve anything? Yes. If you do not have an SSD, Zachary, I would suggest getting an SSD. You did not list it here, so I'm going to assume you don't have one. Get yourself at least a 500GB SSD, your graphics card and CPU for the specs that you have. It is a somewhat of a budget build, not like a low budget or anything, but this is, I mean, looking at this is like $1,000 build. I think it definitely deserves at least a 500GB SSD in it. Everything else looks fine though. The build itself, okay. Wait, let me see. What is going on in here? Is that a figure or is that smudges going on the glass? It looks like fingerprints or smudge or something got smeared on it. So I would, if you could clean that up, just for your own sake. If you're fine with it, then it's whatever. And then other than that, everything looks fine. Setup looks fine. Build looks fine. Kind of hard to see with the tempered glass on here, but yeah, get yourself an SSD. Unicorn Vomit is what they call it when you have the RGB, which I'm going to end the poll that we had. I'm going to ask a new poll question. So everybody wants me to roast. Can y'all remind me to roast next week? I'm going to forget to, and I'm just going to be nice. So please ask me to roast, and I will roast next week. But I need a reminder because I have a horrible memory. I'm going to forget 1 week from now. Next question. Do you like RGB rainbow spectrum colors or a solid color scheme? Ask the community. Looks like smear sneeze. Yeah, so all right, we're gonna move on to the next one. So please answer that poll because I'm actually curious. I'm okay with the I'm okay with the rainbow spectrum thing as long as it's not too overkill. But I'm also okay with taking all the RGB lighting and setting it to one uniform color. Okay, so what is this one? Oh, okay, so this is all the same one. Someone said nice to this, so not RX Sky. Thank you for complimenting this person. But we have Cuba. We have an 11700F RTX 3070, 1TB SSD, 16 gigs of RAM, Z590, and then RM650. Okay, very solid specs. Here is their setup. We have the build there. We have multiple pictures too, so let me go through those. So there's a setup. Got the G Fuel with the shaker cup, and then the light bouncing off the back wall, so it's not directly in your face. Okay, so let's take a look at the build. Here's another angle with your bed or mattress with the pandas. Yo, I like those. Is that sheets or blankets? I really like those panda blankets. But let's look at the build itself. Ooh, you got the strimmers. You didn't mention that in the specs. You gotta mention that. I think this is the Lynnwood strimer, however the heck you pronounce it. You got the basically the LED lightings on the power supply cords. A very solid build. Again, unicorn puke, as others would say. But very clean build. Cable management looks on point. I'm not seeing many runaways. Very solid all around. Let's see. So we got the intake on the 3 front fans. Oh, this is also a 220T. I can recognize it from the grill here. So yeah, we got intake and then exhaust up through the radiator as well as through the rear. This looks very clean. Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything to really nitpick about this build. The only thing is maybe the RAM looks disproportionate to the 3070 and the i7 here, but I mean, again, 16 gigabytes is fine. You do have room, it looks like, to fill in the other 2 slots. So very clean build otherwise. Kuba. Thank you for the submission. All right, we only do, I gotta end it now because we're already 2 hours in the stream and we gotta do at least 1 or 2 rounds of Smash. Jason, get your Smash ready. Let's see. Oh, whoops. Did I just ask the dumbest question? Oh my god, I'm so dumb. I just realized that poll question is like, okay, I'm gonna redo it. Sorry for me being a dummy. Oh yeah. Oh, let's do a poll for Smash 2 afterwards. But, Jason, please get Smash ready, because I already have it ready. But, we're gonna do it after 1 more submission. We got through quite a bit today. Yeah, we got through a lot today. So, I can only ever hit like 15 to 20. So, unfortunately, you gotta be quick. And I'm doing this every week. So, don't worry. If I don't get you this week, there will be future weeks. And it gives you more time to prepare and clean up, if anything. So, we have... Okay, we got 2. I'm just gonna do 2 because there are these 2 questions, and then then we're gonna move on to Smash. But the first question is, would you recommend an Intel Core i7? Yes. For gaming, I still recommend the 10th gen Intel processors. They're priced so well. We're getting very good discounts on them for being 2 generations old. I would still recommend that for gaming, you know, given the right budget. So I would recommend that. So Emery, hopefully that helps out. Yeah, right now in 2022, I would still build with this given the right budget. I'm guessing you can find it at a good enough price because you're asking about it as opposed to getting a 12700. Next question. I'm building a new PC within the next month and I'm kind of torn between a 3060 Ti and a 6700 XT because that has more gigabytes for VRAM. But I'm very certain is overall faster. Would you recommend? Okay, so if you're torn between these 2 cards, do you care only about performance or do you care about NVIDIA and bank encoder as well as DLSS and stuff like that? I would agree with you. They're both priced relatively the same, but people are going to have different reasons for having them. Honestly, without knowing your preferences, I can't answer. I think both are viable cards. It's so nice to see the 6700 XT falling for us. I think they're going for under 600 right now, if I'm not mistaken. So these are both solid cards for the price. But would a R5 5600 be a good pairing for either of them? Well, how much is the 5600 going for? Are those are 200 bucks? I think right now on Newegg those are going for, that's a 5600X, that's not the 5600. Yeah, you could pair those, you could pair 5600 with these cards just fine. Yeah, so it's really hard to say, especially since availability on this is not super known yet, as well as what your uses for these are. Big smile. Okay, so let me redo the poll. Okay. Yeah, 6700 XT with Kevin Go with the freaking clutch finds off the top. We got $510 after rebate card. Oh, yeah. Kind of hard to pass this up. So, hopefully that, I mean, I'm not sure if that helped too much. You have options. Even if you didn't want to go with this, you can go with like a i5 12th gen Intel. So you have options. You just, it's hard for me to recommend without knowing more details, but I think, okay, that's gonna be it for the tips for anyone else who submitted after the fact. We actually got through most of them. I just wasn't able to hit 1, 2, 3. I wasn't able to hit 3 of them, but we do have to have a cutoff. So at least most of the people we were able to look at in stream today. So let me get some water real quick. Let me look at chat. So we're gonna hang out with the chat a little bit because I will be distracted once I do Smash. Okay, so KO says they like RGB, not the full spectrum. Wonder if you set up 2 or 3 colors. Yeah, so a lot of RGB software, they do, some of them let you set up like each of the addressable LEDs, but some of them also have preset modes where they like focus only on 2 or 3 colors, so they don't go through the whole color scheme. So yeah, I guess when I should have said spectrum, like rainbow full spectrum, or like a select 1 or 2, maybe 3 accent colors. But it seems like most people don't like the RGB. Interesting. In terms of a thumbnail for YouTube though, I think it would be more beneficial for me to show it with RGB lighting because it pops more than a single color. But I don't know, maybe, and this next one, this one right here, it's RGB capable, but I'm gonna do it with the baby blue, light blue color scheme because of the graphics card, and I use the Intel stock cooler in this build, so that's why. But yeah, all right, let me know if Smash is way too loud, because if it is, then I'm gonna have to turn it down. But okay, let me real quick. So we're gonna do Smash. I'm gonna play Jason from Dreadler Gaming Podcast.
Captain Falcon, Ganondorf.
How's the sound from that, by the way?
Ganondorf.
Let me know how sound is. If other people want to play, I could probably get in a few matches too. If you have Slippy set up, let me know what your code is. The connect code right down here. This is the connect code. We would have to connect with each other. If you have it set up, drop your thing in the chat and then we can play. Otherwise, okay, so we're gonna do a match. Let's do a warm-up match and then let's do a for real one, because I gotta get my warm-up in for the day. How's the volume? This is good. Isn't this, oh, do I have to fill it out? The volume's good, sweet. Okay. Alright. So I'm playing with Jason from Dreadler right now.
Versus Captain Falcon. Ready? Go!
Which one am I? Okay, I'm the black one. Okay. So Jason actually beat me last night, and I have to tell everyone that because that was part of the deal. So he beat me in Smash last night when we were playing. Oh no! Oh no! 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 Don't edge guard. So Jason, there you go. I fulfilled my promise. Ooh, I need to give away the gaming key that you gave. I'll probably do that next time if I can set up a giveaway thing with the chat. Oh, gotta land that knee. It is a little glitchy right now. I wonder if it's because I'm running the stream simultaneously. Not glitchy, but it's a little choppy. That's not an excuse, by the way, but I'm curious, is it translating across the stream as a little bit choppy? Or is that just on my end? Free Ghost Clip says, hey, how am I? Oh, geez. Okay, I can't look at chat while I'm actively in a match right now. Oh, this is what we gotta do, Jason. So four lives is a bit much, especially for how long it could take. So next time, for the next matches, what we'll do is we'll both people jump off the ledge at the start, so we do 3 stocks. Cause 4 is quite a bit. Information on if you want to play Smash in this stream or future streams. It'll probably take you a while to set it up because you gotta find the emulator and stuff. But yeah, information in the chat if you want to play this. It's Slippy. Oh no. How did I not get the up on that? All right. Nice dodge on that. Need! Wow, self-sacrifice. So honorable. Oh jeez, don't die right there.
Yes.
Very curious how many people in the chat played Melee when it was relevant. Because I know there's a lot of younger viewers, and Melee is how old now? Like freaking... Let's see, if it came out in like... I'm guessing what, 2005 or 4 or something like that? It's gotta be approaching 20 years old now. Oh, come on! Whoop, sorry.
Show me a moves. Show me a moves. Show me a moves. Falcon kick.
Oh my goodness.
Show me a moves. Show me.
Yeah, the N64 version of Smash, that was another thing too. Like, that had its own scene going on in terms of like the competitive scene, but... Oh no, this is the last stock. What am I doing? I gotta play more seriously. Oh, he got it! He got the down smash. Wow, okay. Very nice, very nice. Alright, so next one, we're gonna go kill off the start and then down smash. It doesn't look like anyone else is set up. Let's see. Frigo, I did see your message. Sorry, I didn't. I don't think you were spamming too much. Kevin, Frigo's fine. He's a frequent viewer. I don't see him spamming too much. But let's see. You returned your 37 for 4 GPU prices. Looks good now, but you're still gonna wait. Thanks for the update on that. And yeah, let's see. Play Puff? Yeah, let's do 3 lives. So, I mean, I'm playing against Jason here. He's gonna bring his best, so I cannot play. Falcon and Ganondorf are and maybe Marth are like my mains. So we're gonna play Final Destination, and we're gonna kill each other off the bat. But what is Zach here? Hey, what's up, Zach? All right, we're just doing some Smash to end the stream, Zach. So, all right, so we good? All right, let's go. Zach, I'm pretty sure Smash was very relevant when you were console gaming back in the day too. So if you ever want to get down on this. I still can't believe you got me with the down smash. Falcon's down smash is so hard to do because he's so heavy. You risk killing yourself because of it. When you're doing off the edge. I know you're trying to bait me to the edge. There it is. you never had a Smash phase? What were you playing as a kid, Zach? Because I think, let's see. You probably did play in the GameCube era though, right? Yeah, for sure. At your, yeah. If anything, you probably were like N64 and Super Nintendo, similar to I was, because we're not that far off in age.
Yes.
Oh, no. Oh, you almost got me there. Oh, how did I just get hit by that? I didn't think it would reach me. Oh, no. Please. No. Did I just mess myself up right there? Got the knee. Ooh, I actually out-canceled. See, I know these pro terms. I can't do it on purpose though, it happens accidentally. No. Yes. Oh, is he really gonna shine me off the side? Oh my, your shine is on point though. Very... Come on, I just want 2 stocky, that's all I want to do. No! Why did I air dodge off the... Okay. I went from SNES to Xbox. That is a huge jump. Nice. Yeah, that's huge. Oh, actually, no, wait. SNES, yeah. So you would have skipped just, I guess, 1 generation. Like the PS2 and, actually, not the PS2, but, like the N64 gen. Yeah, cause... Alright. Okay. So... I think I got time for one more. So it looks like nobody else has this set up, but if they do want to for the future streams, feel free to. We will bring this. I'm just gonna play for funsies in terms of like less serious characters, so I'll do Link. But yeah, this is the last one, Jason. Same thing, 3 stock.
Versus Mark. Ready?
Hey, Jan's in the chat. Hey, get your controller set up and we could also get you in on some of these too, Jan. Ooh, we got the swordsman fighting now. Let's go. Except I got weapons. Boy. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Do not get me with that already. He wanted a stage with platforms. Why with the platforms? Everybody knows Final Destination is the best stage. Oh, jeez, the hook shot when you miss. It's a horrible feeling. Huh? Oh no. No. I really need an edge guard. Oh. Alright, see if I can do this. Ah, I didn't hit it. I did not hit the hook shot to the grab. Yeah, you should make a PC optimization video. It'll get over a million. I mean, I don't do too much about optimizing my PC. Like, I know people, aside from like going in and turning off Xbox Game Bar and stuff, but maybe I can make a video to see how helpful they actually are. So there's a big talk right now on Twitter, a lot of drama going on with these people who charge for optimization services of PCs. They charge like so much ridiculous amounts of money, and they're not even doing anything like physically to your hardware. They're just showing you like how to overclock or things like that, and they're charging like upwards of hundreds of dollars. So that was a thing that blew up on Twitter this past weekend. I just realized I'm 2 stocks behind, or 1 stock behind now. cannot let him two-stock me. As long as I get one more kill, then I'll be happy. Oh no. Though to be fair, Jason is a formidable opponent, so if he two-stocks me, I shouldn't be too upset. He is a skilled Smash player. How do you, how do you remove Xbox game bar? You don't really have to remove it as much as you just turn it off. If you go in the Windows 10 search in the bottom left of your screen, just type in Xbox game bar, and it should be one of the options that pop up. It's default turned on, like on freshly installed OSs. You didn't have to do that. But yeah, it's turned on by default. You can just shut that off, as well as maybe turn off other background processes or applications that you don't need. Like I think OneDrive always automatically turns off by itself. I mean, I do that on my own, but I figured that's like what most people do without, I mean, when they just see it there, without needing like a specific guide for it. Oh no. Down sword, let's go. What if I just got you right there? You better be careful, because my up B is going to be deadly at all. No, I'm dead. GG, Jason. Very good game. You got the best of me tonight. Alright, it's about dinner time, so I'm going to spend the last... Thanks for playing, by the way, Jason. And if anyone else wants to play, the instructions in the description for future streams. But I'm just going to hang out for the rest of the stream for the next 5 or 10 minutes or so, since I wasn't able to focus on chat. But yeah, for sure, if we can get Jan in here too, I'll set it up with him as well. But I'm gonna end poll. So people like the single color scheme, which means Zach and his builds, which yeah, Zach is all about doing those like specific color scheme builds. So if you don't follow his Instagram or his channel, be sure to check those out, because Zach has some of the cleanest budget builds on YouTube. Let's see. I survived off sleepovers at friends' house from Game Boy, Pokemon, and emulators. Yeah, Game Boy. So my first Game Boy was actually... My brother's first Game Boy was the original Game Boy and the Pocket. But when my mom was finally like ready to buy me one, it was the Game Boy Color. And then I basically was playing Pokemon. Even though Pokemon wasn't a Game Boy Color game, it was only monochromatic. You could still change like the monochromatic color, but yeah, Pokemon was like my first Game Boy Color game back when that was like 1999, right? 1998, 1999. Kevin Knowles says, "I wish I was a Smash player. More of a." So I'm down to, I like Street Fighter and Tekken as well. More of a Street Fighter over Tekken, but I also like Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Could never really get into 3 and didn't play anything after that. But Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was also a game that I actually played quite a bit of in college. Because there's an arcade and a bowling alley at my university. And they had a Marvel vs. Capcom machine. So we would go there and play for only like a quarter. Jan, you just got it set up. I can't play right now. I gotta wrap up the stream. Melissa's already starting to prepare dinner, so I'm gonna go help her out so that I'm not being a totally useless husband. But yeah, definitely I'll let you know next week. It streams at the same time every night, so, or every week, so yeah. 808 ZMG says, would I recommend getting a pre-built custom or a custom PC for a person who knows nothing about PCs? Prices matter. Honestly, you can go either path. Pre-builts generally cost a little bit more because of that labor factor in it. If you go to jawa.gg, if you want a cheaper computer that's built for you, because there's a lot of home builders that are building it and selling it for pretty cheap. Okay. Danny, would you recommend getting a pre-built? Okay, yep, so I just answered that. What's for dinner? So chicken parmesan. We put out chicken. We're gonna smash those. I think bread it. Hopefully we're gonna bread it. Babe, are we breading the chicken? Are we breading the chicken for the chicken parmesan? Okay, yep. So we're breading it in panko breadcrumbs. And then doing a red sauce pasta. So that's for dinner. What are y'all eating for dinner? I know some people earlier said they had tacos. One person said they were eating beef and broccoli, I think. Time for lunch. What are you having, Shane? I did not need to cook rice today. But I'm probably going to have to cook pasta when I go upstairs. Unless she already started it. I ate a whole pizza earlier. So actually for lunch I did have pizza. I had one of those Costco frozen pizzas that comes in like a 3 or 4 pack. So that was technically Italian, right? But then now we're having pasta. So we got carby, red saucy meals today. Eggplant stir fry for dinner. I think so. I'm not a huge fan of eggplant, but I think when it's seasoned correctly I can do it. Something about the texture for me, I don't like the texture mostly. Yeah, the 4-stack. It's just the pepperoni, right? Yeah, they come in a 4-stack. But I like how much pepperoni they put in it. They don't skimp out on the pepperoni in those frozen Costco pizza packs. It's like filled. You get it on all surface area. Chicken alfrettata. Oh, get good, Greggy. Eggplant is a good fruit. Hey, what's up, Dilly Tran? Have you been here the entire time? I was saying earlier in the stream, I'm not sure if you caught it. AKA Bubble Tea Builds. Yeah, I do have a Jawa video coming up. Not this weekend, but it should be next weekend. So that should be good. But yeah, and then I pointed to Jawa a couple of times throughout the stream tonight. Not for a huge extensive amount of time. I don't want to talk too much about Jawa until I cover it in the video. That's why. But yeah. So we got the Filipinos in the chat. People who know what afrittata is. People who identified it during the LAN party stories. Kuya Isaac is definitely... he's Filipino because of the name with Kuya in it. Do more catching scammer videos. Yeah, I can do that. I wonder if they're going to be as popular with graphics cards coming back in stock. Not many people are looking for them, but I'm definitely down to do more catching scammers videos. Let me actually write that down. Just so I don't forget. Okay. So, let's see. Oh, yeah. Boombo away or nothing? Yeah, for sure. Dude, I cannot cook Boombo away. We've tried a couple of times. We cannot replicate it like restaurant style. We can get our pho way closer to restaurant quality than we can get the Boombo way. So, yeah, shout out to the Filipinos, says Get Good Greggy. There are quite a few Filipino people who watch me. I'm not sure it's because, like, they think I'm Filipino, which I neither confirm nor deny. But, yeah. Did you see the MSI Ventus RTX 3060? I did see it. Kevin Ngo actually linked it. That was going for $390. So, pretty solid, pretty solid. So, the keyboard is the Keychron K4. I forget what the keycaps are. I think it's in the description. They're WASD keycaps, actually. James with a yee to the Filipino pride. Yeah, there's quite a few actually graphics cards on sale tonight. We had the 6600 XT, 6600, 3060, and then the 6700 XT were probably the 4 graphics cards that were priced very well. Spam Masubi. Yeah, Ryan Henderson. That's Spam Masubi. We make that a decent amount throughout the year. I actually had a kind of like get together with friends, and that's what we made. We brought Spam Masubi, which is that spam, rice, and seaweed wrap. Okay. So we are at 2 hours and 30 minutes in the stream. Successful stream, as always. Thank you everyone for being here, for supporting the stream, channel members for supporting what I do. Have a budget build video coming out this week, all new parts, i3 12100F. Be on the lookout for that. Again, the merch is now available. I should be getting a merch shelf once that's approved from Bonfire on YouTube, so it should be integrated now. So yeah, if you're trying to cop the merch, it is available. Other than that though, yeah, I guess I'll see you all next week. Have a great rest of your week. Have a good weekend that is coming up, and I will see you in the comments of the next video as well as the next stream. Bye everyone.